Welcome. I'm John Canopener.
And I'm James Wang.
And together we are Rock Hard. And today what we are talking about is Jeepers Creepers. This is the first one of a 4-film franchise that we're going to be talking about here. A little film that came out in 2001. And James is going to take it away with his first either positive or negative about this.
The first thing that I have written down in my notes is a positive. I put how I love how the movie gets like right into it.
It does.
It gets like right into it. Basically, his story sets off of a car coming down, and you just kind of hear talking, and it kind of just zooms in, and it's this brother and sister. And the boy's name is Derry, the girl's name is Trish, and pretty much they're just driving home from spring break. And yeah, they're playing a little game where they read the license plates off cars, and pretty much they see an RV, and then the RV kind of goes around, and yeah, shit just starts going down like right off the bat, like not even like 10 minutes in.
Yeah, right out. They're bullshitting back and forth, and yeah, they're trying to get home for spring break.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, there's a truck that gets on their ass, but you see it very far in the distance in the back, and then when you don't even notice it the first time you're watching it.
No.
But now you see it all the fucking time. But you see how small it is from like way far away, and then when it pulls up on his ass, and then and yeah, there's this kind of like chase that goes on between the two or whatever. He's trying to run him off the road. Come to find out, he's just trying to smell these motherfuckers, though.
Which...
That's the beauty about the Creeper. The Creeper, we assume you guys have seen this. Come on, you know the spiel.
Oh yeah, it's
by
like
now.
spoiler alert territory.
Yeah.
Which I don't think so, but still.
But the Creeper, the way he chooses his victims or his meal is he has to smell your fear. Your fear is what he smells, and that's what he notices, and that's what he finds. That's the way he finds what he needs out of you. So, if you need some eyes, he smells them out of you by your fear. Needs a dick, smells them out of you by your fear. I always wondered that too, if the Creeper needed to, like, does he have a dick?
I don't know. There was something I did notice a little bit later as we go down. But I don't know. That could be something you ask the writer and director of the movie.
What if he just needed one butt cheek?
What if he needed, like, I don't know, fucking a nipple?
Pussy?
A pussy.
Maybe we're being sexist. Maybe he's not a man at all. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's a chick.
Yeah, you don't know. Or maybe he's... maybe it was back and forth.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, but for every 23 years, for 23 days, he gets to eat. So, ipso facto, if he needs something out of you, he's getting it. And you better hope you're not around when it's 23 years later when he has to eat.
God damn.
Because he'll get you. He'll get you. But yeah, James is right. It kicks off with a bang. It starts off right away. So, yeah, the brother and sister dynamic, too. I believe them so well.
Yeah, even seeing this movie again, like, yeah, you kind of just remember, like, you see, like, oh, yeah, they're, like, so believable. I have siblings, and, yeah, I could just see them, like, they act, when they talk to each other, calling her a bitch. Bitch. I'm like, yeah, dude, I feel just like that.
Yeah. Probably the most believable brother and sister couple I've ever seen on screen. Like, they sell it. And you said this is Justin Long's first movie. We were watching it.
I have to fact check it, but like I did remember seeing something that said like he was in a TV show before this. So this movie came out in 2001. And I do believe in 2000 or before that he was like part of like a TV show or as a guest or like just for a one-off or whatever. But I do remember seeing that Jeepers Creepers was his first like on-screen like film, like a movie that he did.
It's impressive as fuck. So even if it's his second, even if it's his third, like he is a good fucking actor.
And then, I mean, by law, he is kind of considered like a horror alumni.
Now, yeah.
Well, now, but like his first start wasn't horror. Just like all I can think of is like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like,
But he fucking sells it, dude. And
Yeah.
so does Trish.
Yeah.
We should probably know her name, but
Yeah, but it's kind of sad.
but that chick is fucking awesome. I'll tell you that. No, she does a good job. Both of them are needed for this, and I think Victor Salva picked, the two that really sold it the best, because these people kick ass, his brother and sister. I believe him the whole way through. I have no qualms with that. I also have the truck opening. I wrote that. And now I'm going to try and look over my microphone. We have believable brother and sister.
Yes.
Very well. Just said that shit. I have a negative.
Oh, God.
Okay, so if you guys have seen this, okay? So we're not going to walk you through the whole fucking movie. They take too goddamn long at the church.
Yes.
At the church, it takes so fucking long. Like, they are taking their sweet-ass time trying to see if there's bodies there or not. And it's fucking ridiculous, because you don't know how far this guy's going and when he's going to turn around and come back home.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you're pretty sure you just saw bodies getting dumped down there, and you're going to be like, let's go check it out and just fucking take... No, let's talk a little bit between each step, and then get there, and then rats scare us, and I fall down, and then... You know what I mean? Like, they are taking their sweet-ass time to fucking check this out. They hear a voice down the tunnel, and yeah, they think there might be somebody alive there. Good enough for me. Good enough for you.
Yeah, well, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go call the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we gonna do anyway? Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
No, I just feel like, yeah, it takes way too long. Even when she's waiting out there, and she sees what she thinks is the creeper's truck.
Oh yeah.
Coming, but it turns out to be like some motherfucker with some hay or whatever. Yeah. Even that, she takes way too long to respond.
I know, like she just happened. she just happened to be looking the one direction where like the truck's like coming. I have that too. Like, well, I have the same thing too, where I just they made the stupid ass decision to go back to the church.
It is a stupid decision.
And then church was like fucking like, no, dude, like fuck, like no, like let's just get the fuck out of here. And then.
I do feel like in horror movies in general, you kind
Yeah.
of have to forgive, because they have to make some dumb decisions. They have to.
They have to.
They have to.
Otherwise, it would be over. We were just saying this as we were watching it. I was like, yeah, if they would just get the fuck out of there, roll the credits, like. And that was me personally.
I think that's why you have Trish and Derry.
Yeah.
Because Derry's like, let's go see that shit.
He would have been if he was
she's
by
like-
himself. If he
But
was,
she's the older sister, dude. She should have known better.
Yeah,
She should have been
for
like,
real.
we're getting the fuck out of here. Get your little ass in the fucking car. Yeah, we're out.
with your fucking rose tattoo.
That's how I would be. Nah, we're not doing that shit. We're getting the fuck out of here, man. I don't. Even the other day, we heard something outside with the screen. Yeah, our front door was open. We heard through the screen. I heard something outside, and I heard it a couple times. It was like a tap tap, and then wait like 3 minutes, and then tap tap, and then another like 4 minutes. and
Yeah, it
then
was like
tap tap.
a weird noise outside.
And I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. But I went and checked it out. But I was behind the fucking screen, and I shut that fucking door and I locked it.
You're like,
exactly what you're supposed to do.
You're like, fuck that. No.
Fuck that. Not doing that. That's a trap. I know a trap when I hear one, when I see
Yeah.
one. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, dumb
my
decisions,
God.
but it's kind of forgivable for the horror movie. But yeah, it takes way. They're making a really dumb decision there when they're fucking just taking their sweet ass time trying to see what's down. Now, Derry, just make sure that you shut the fuck up. Just look, go away. But whatever, they got to build the tension somehow. So yeah, I do have that as a negative. There's very few negatives though.
Yeah.
This movie's awesome. This movie kicks ass. I've seen this movie a gang of times, and even this time, I'm like, I almost didn't want to take notes. I told you.
Yeah. It was like off
Because
to
I
the
don't want to
side.
get distracted when I was like writing my shit down. Because it's fucking sweet. Every scene is awesome.
The next thing that I have, as I look off to the side and I see something written down, I'm just gonna cross that out. It's distracting me. All right. So the next thing that I have written down is that I kind of like the way that things were being shot. So like I like the cool shots they have, and I have like 2 examples. And if I remember some of them more, I'll mention it. But the first one I wrote down was the truck in the background. So this was the part where Derry already fell down, and then he told Trish to like look for any cars passing by. If you see a car, flag them down, call the police. If you see the truck, fucking run back and yell or something.
Yeah.
Like, and then just the part where she was just on their car, just fucking
Yeah, like she's modeling.
like she's like like modeling
perfume.
or something, yeah. And then you see the car, and then seeing this movie a gang of times, you kind of I already know what to look out for. So I'm not even looking at her. I was waiting for the little truck to come out, and then get bigger as it comes on screen. And then you kind of see the headlight, and you're like, fucking turn around, bitch! What the fuck are you doing?
They matched it up pretty well to make it look like it was the same truck.
It did. I remember. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of faked me out again. I was like, oh, I forgot that was. I actually thought it was a truck. I was like, what the fuck? And I've seen this movie like a lot of times, and it still gets me. So I'm
there's some badass cool shots like that.
That one, and then the second part where, so this is the part where it was showing Derry already inside the hole. He's like looking around instead of looking for a way out, like a dumbass. I don't know. Again, stupid ass decisions.
Well,
again, like you said, you kind of need that. Anyway, he's in the hole. He's looking around, and he finds the body. And then it was still alive. And then he grabs his hand and shit, and basically kind of exposes the fact that he got fucking cut open, and his shit was taken out. And then basically, fast forward that, he's already walking away from that shit. And then all you see is like him tying his shoes, and then the way that the flashlight illuminates behind him.
Yeah.
And you see all the bodies on the wall and shit. That was like one of the coolest shots. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, because you don't see shit.
No.
You don't see shit
at all.
until he's tying his shoe, and then he fucking flips the flashlight up like, oh, I gotta do this shit. And the camera just kind of pans a little bit to the right of him. Mm-hmm. And then, bam, you start seeing bodies all over the wall. And they're everywhere.
Like hundreds of bodies.
They're everywhere. And I always wondered, because they are preserved. They look like hard.
Yeah, they look like plastic-y.
Yeah. And I've always wondered, like...
Gloss of wax.
I wish we would have got more info on why he does that. Because, like, it seems like he needs new food every time he eats something. You know what I mean?
Or someone.
Like, why are you saving all these bodies? And why are they... what are you doing to preserve them?
And why would you preserve them if you're done with them anyway? I think
exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just making assumptions, but maybe because he's just fucking sick. Sick in the head.
Maybe just in case he knows that eventually he's gonna run out of humans to eat.
So he's gonna save those?
He's gonna, I don't know.
Anyway, remember earlier where I was saying, so I was gonna mention something later. This was the part where, like, what if he needs a dick?
Yeah.
Because when they showed the light on the wall and all the bodies on the wall all over the fucking place, you see a lot of dudes, and they have no dicks. So that's how I was just like, okay. But yeah, I thought it was funny when you mentioned that earlier. But yeah,
just think about him like gobbling one down though if he needed to.
You're like, fuck.
Just rips it off. But what if he need a vag? What if he's a, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
How does that work?
You munch on that shit. I don't know.
How do you eat that? Like, really eat it? Like
you eat it like a roast beef sandwich. Arby's.
We have the meats. Yeah, or I thought it'd be funny, just like one butt cheek. So you just see like one guy dead on the ground with just like one butt cheek missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool premise, but if you think too much about it, it falls apart like like so much. But it's fun. It's all dumb fun here. I just wrote this as a side note that Justin Long is so fucking good in this role. God damn. You can see why he's got on to be such just a horror like face. Like he's in so many fucking movies now. Mostly horror. Barbarian.
I was gonna say Tusk.
The latest one. I think he did another one for like Amazon Prime. That was kind of like Totally Killer. Like they go back in time or some shit. It was like a Christmas future.
Like something of.
It was
Ghost of Christmas Past.
I guess
something like that. Yeah.
It was something, but I feel like the biggest one that is Barbarian, and he directed that short in VHS.
VHS. He was also in that Disney Plus series Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Which, by the way, they fucking canceled that shit, and it kind of.
And we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
If you know, you know. If you've seen Goosebumps, you know what the fuck happened.
That was a pretty sweet show.
Yeah, I was kind of hard for me. Well, we kind of going off track, but I'm like getting into that. I was like, I don't know how I feel yet. And then they kind of connect everything. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And then they don't fucking continue. By the way, spoiler alert too. God damn, that's a big spoiler.
And the new guy, because there's a teaser for it. The new guy is David Schwimmer.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The guy from fucking Friend, Ross. Mm-hmm. And at first, dude, because I was watching on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, Justin Long. They're just doing the whole Devon Sawa thing in Chucky. Like
He's just playing a different character.
Yeah, there's recycling the character because it looked like him at first. And it was all David Schwimmer. And I was like, oh shit. Justin Long could be like David Schwimmer's like little brother. Like,
no shit.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Justin Long is Oscar worthy in this performance. I don't know. I feel like horror people that act in horror movies don't get the cred that they deserve because,
especially if they like.
Dude, he has to be amped up like even when he's like in shock. And
yeah,
shit
he's like
that.
seeing shit. He's like,
it's believable. I think that's another element of like why I like this movie so much because of that. It's so believable. Like sometimes you'll be watching Scream and you're like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like Sydney's like, I'm done with this shit or something like that. And it's just like, he still has a knife. You don't know where he is. Like he might
he's
just...
bigger than you. He can fucking stomp your ass.
I get it. You're over the whole charade. But yeah, some shit might happen still. But with this, he's looking like he's just seen a dead body, multiple dead bodies, but probably the first dead body he's ever seen in his life for the first time. He watched somebody die right in front of him. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, he's playing it. I love how they do that. In such little time, too, because we only have an hour and a half with this movie. And I feel like Justin, he plays a lot. But Trish does, too. I'm going to give her credit.
That's another
we should know her name.
Yeah.
We should. What's her name?
I'll look it up real quick.
His phone's faster. I still have 4G, so he's got it. Because acting is all reacting, right? That's what I've heard a million times.
Her name is Gina Phillips.
Well, Gina Phillips reacts very well to what Justin Long is throwing out there.
Yeah, I was going to say how like that's like a very frustrating thing because like he does a good job. We also forget she does too, and I do feel that. Like, we should be both of them. The combination really seals the deal. If it was just her by herself, it wouldn't work. If it was just him by himself, it might work because he's so over the top. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or just does it just right. Like, you're like, yeah, he saw some shit. Like, that's how you act when you see some shit. Like, that's... Yes. You're just like, still. And then say a little bit. He's like, they were right. She did lose her head. Or whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, you know what you did, Trish? He sewed it back on. It says on wears. On. Isn't he like Canadian? I don't know. He sounds like Wisconsin. Wait. Wisconsin. You know what you did, Trish? You sewed it back on. I kind of want to see now. You might be Canadian. I don't know. No, he's American. Where's he from? He was born in Connecticut. Close enough. Yeah, you're kind of, yeah. Anyway. But, I mean, he's great. He's great. Yeah. I can't say enough about Justin Long in this, because I don't... And Gina Phillips. And Gina Phillips, but she plays fear, but she's supposed to be the stronger one. Yeah. So she does. She's not wrong at the end when she's like, I'm stronger, you want me, and all that kind of shit. Like, yeah, it is true. That's why he can't smell you. That's why he can smell him. Mm-hmm. Like, bitch, I'm looking for fear. All right. You're not scared. He's got some beautiful brown eyes, and I need them shits. You see, my shits are pale as fuck. Isn't he like blind or some shit? He's all looking the other way. Yeah, he's blind. What if he's not even looking at her? You want me? She's like right here, and he's just. I was gonna say that I kind of like how around that time, since you're mentioning like the part of the ending, to where like I liked how they were able to like confuse people. When you first watched it, when like the psychic bitch was like, oh, like he wants one of you, or like basically like he wants one of you, but we don't know which one he wants. if it's either him or her.
Yeah.
I like how they hid that until like the end, and then you kind of just saw.
Yeah.
Even like
They even tricked you.
They tricked you
because she looked at Trish, and Justin Long looked too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they tricked us. But we're getting. I started talking about the ending way too early.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's why it's a discussion, peeps.
Yeah.
We're just discussing.
And plus, this movie is like 20 plus years old, so like we could.
Dude, it makes me feel.
So if you
old
know,
as
you
shit.
know. Like if we skip around, you kind of know where we're kind of going.
Yeah.
And how it ends and how it starts.
Yeah. Everybody knows this movie. Come on, bro. Come on. Well, I do have that whole scene. Okay, so after they leave the church, they have to get gas, and they stop at this place to get gas and use the phone, call the cops or whatever. They end up calling the cops, and they get back on the road again. But some cops are like tailing them, like they're helping them
Oh yeah.
through the county. And yeah, that whole scene when you first see the creeper in like action, I love how it's filmed, like you said, with the camera shots.
Yeah.
Like it's filmed through the front of their car, but you see it behind them. You know what I mean? And it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. They're not showing you the whole picture, but you just see them standing there, and you're like, "Oh my fucking god!" Because they don't realize it, right? And then
He's playing the song out loud.
when the cops finally realize that someone's on the top of their car, the camera, it's a side shot, and you see Trish and Derry, and then it keeps going, and then it just leads right into the car. I wonder how many takes that took
God damn
to get it
it.
just right. To like, you know what I mean? And they're on the radio at just the right time and all this kind of stuff. And the creeper is on top of their car, and then fucking grabs, the girl cop, and then
Fucking kills her ass.
yeah. And then I love, because that's the thing with this one and in the second one. It's a scary movie, for sure. The creeper is fucking terrifying. But there's some really funny parts in this. Like, he has this kind of, like, he doesn't say anything, but he has a very comedic way of doing things. You know what I mean? Like, he chops off the cop's head and then throws it
At the car.
in front of it. They stop, and then that's when they figure out shit's gone wrong. But anyway, he picks up the head, and then he needs the tongue from this cop. And he fucking takes it up. It looks like he's about to make out with it, and you're like, oh, God, what the fuck is going on right now? But you realize that he's eating the tongue. And then Justin Long, again, fucking plays it like
staring
Go.
like, go. Yeah.
no. Like he's just looking at. Yeah, anyway, they take off. After they take off, though, they have the creeper whistling the Jeepers Creeper song or whatever, and then he opens the back of the truck. The camera shooting from inside the truck, outside, and then he throws the fucking bodies in, and then he shuts the door again. And then opens it again, and then throws the fucking cop's head in. But it's funny.
Well, he just tosses it like.
He just tosses it in like it's nothing.
Yeah.
While he's still whistling. So I don't know. I love those little. It's almost like a Freddy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or a Chucky kind of thing, or maybe even more like an art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this because Terrifier 3 success. He's kind of an icon. Yeah.
More like an art kind of thing.
Art of the Clown type joint. Yeah.
Yeah, except he does make sounds and he does whistle and stuff. Yeah, he has kind of like the body type of a man at first, but then there's way more to him. But anyway, yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I love that whole part though. The whole cop part. The whole.
That is a crazy shot.
It's so cool. It's a good scene. It's a cool scene.
The next thing that I have, I put the part where they got the cat lady killed. That was another thing that I kind of forgot. That whole. Well, I as soon as I realized where they were at, and then you heard the lady talk. Because after that is basically the part where after like he kills the cops and shit, and then what's it called? Trish is driving, and then basically was like trying to hit the creeper. He keeps jumping over them and shit like that, until for some reason he just decides to give up or something, or just fucking play pretend like, you know, like he's dead and throws himself in the car or something. I don't know. Did he just give in, or she actually got him?
I think he thought that he could. Remember, he's weak. Remember, he needs stuff. You know what I mean?
So I think she actually got him.
Because when she ran him over, like his
body like fell apart.
It looked like a cartoon. Like when they get ran over and you see the tire tracks on him.
Yeah.
Like it looked like that, but it was like powder and like gray and like crusty and shit. And anyway, and then they show his foot and it was all like crunched off and it just looked like, you know what I mean? Like it looked like he was old and decrepit and shit like that. So maybe he just had a couple jumps in him. But he did do some Matrix shit though. He did some Spider-Man shit.
I was gonna say, but like also too.
I was waiting for him to do like this, the superhero landing.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Superhero landing with the fist.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because like when Trish hit the creeper, I don't know if he did it because like the person, like the actual like stunt double of the creeper, like behind the scenes, like actually took the hit. Or they had a dummy or something, but the way that he got hit, it looked like he kind of like leaned into it, like he wanted to get hit.
Oh, well, I'm sure. I mean, if you're gonna get hit by a car, I'm sure that's what you have to do. It's probably like some kind of like move for the stuntman.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is 2001 peeps.
Anyway, so I just thought that was funny, like the way that all that happened. And shit.
I do have the cat lady part on here too, though.
But yeah, so they were dead. So they left that shit, and then you see the wing pop up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When they first figure out that this isn't a man.
No.
This is not a man. Yeah, I have the old lady with a shotgun, kicks ass. I mean, she as soon as she learned that, she's like, oh, somebody's dead. Like, yeah, police officer, and she's like, okay, we can call the cops, but don't tell them about this place, okay? Because my babies.
Because my babies.
Because my babies. All right, but what did she say? You have 10 seconds.
Oh, because he was standing as like the scarecrow.
Hell out of my yard.
He took the place of the scarecrow. He's like, that's not my scarecrow.
She has trouble. She have 10 seconds. And then he, as soon as she busts the first shot off, he jumps right through the window or some shit. He's in the house. Again, sounds like a cartoon. You hear shit breaking and rolling around.
Oh, the cats.
And then she goes in there, and it's still creepy. They timed it just right with those gunshots.
Yeah.
Because it's just enough silence and just enough of like panning to like going back to Justin Long and Trish or whatever. Or Gina what? Phillips. Gina Davis. Totally. Gina Phillips. But yeah, going back to them, and then.
Yeah, just.
Like they were perfectly timed. Scares me every time. Yeah, it's creepy. And then you think she's standing at the door, which is another great shot.
I was just gonna say that. God damn it, yeah. Even when we were watching it too, like that's a crazy ass shot. Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, just the panning over.
And it's just quiet.
And she's standing super still, and you're like, what the fuck? If she's dead, she's dead. Why is she standing up? You know? Does Creeper have some kind of possession power or some fucking weird shit like that? And then nah, he's holding that bitch. And she's like, he walks around just to fuck with him. It's like art.
Yeah, I guess Art the Clown is very inspired by Jeepers Creepers.
Because like the Creeper, his whole point is to scare you because he wants to smell you. He's more like Joe Biden.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
goddamn.
the whole scene. And then what you're talking about with the car going back and forth and hit him, Trish, hit him. And she goes back and forth and then Justin, stop. It's like, dude, no, just keep.
I was saying like going over his head.
You already know this isn't a human.
No, fuck.
There is no rules against this shit.
Like I would run over his head multiple times. Like fuck this, fuck here. Like go for the head.
Yeah. But she doesn't.
Her car's all fucked up. Anyway, though, she can't go back and forth like that.
Yeah, the gears get stuck or something.
Old ass car.
Yep.
It's like from like the 50s or something.
Yeah, because she's a edgy fucking progressive chick.
And then Justin Long is like, we should have taken my car. I told you.
Yeah, he probably has like, I picture him with like a Tercel. You know what I mean? Like just a reliable Toyota. Mm-hmm. You know, cheaper, but reliable.
On the cheaper side, yeah. Oh
Anyway.
my god.
Okay.
All right, so I had that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically I just have the part where she gets killed because I forgot where they were at after that scene, and then as soon as she was like, "Who are you?" and I'm like, "Oh." She turned off the music and shit and getting up and asking who they are because they're at her fucking house. I'm like, "Oh yeah, she dies." As soon as I heard her voice, "Oh yeah, she dies." But yeah, anyway, I just have
Good scene though, and I love the. This was filmed in Florida, by the way.
Really, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we've been to Florida. We went there. We went to Disney World. But I noticed that the trees that are there, like, I think that adds to it a lot.
So they're in Florida is happening. Or where is?
But you know how the trees are like those long hanging, like
palm trees?
they're not palm trees. What do they call them? I don't know. There's something about it's very southern aesthetic. Like, that's all I can say. It's a very southern kind of thing, but it adds to like that old lady's creepy house. You know what I mean? Like those. Yeah, they're like swampy kind of trees. I don't know how to explain it. Almost look fuzzy, but they're like drapey. They look tight with the atmosphere there. And I love the long, like, just green fucking fields. Like, yeah, nothing. Like, there's nothing. And it reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But
dude, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, gotta be crazy. You see Leatherface come out like,
yeah,
fucking.
But I feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre works better with like yellow tones, like wheat and shit, or wheat.
Wheat and shit.
Like wheat, like paint and shit.
Like paint and shit.
but like grass just over, just dead. Like it looks around here, like in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, cause the sun.
Yeah, here in fucking in chilly Spain. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right here.
Good old chilly Spain.
Yeah. Born and raised.
Born and raised in chilly Spain. Oh God.
Yeah.
What happened? What is this? What does this turn into? Where was I about Jeepers Creepers?
This is still a Jeepers Creepers discussion. This is why it's a discussion, people. This is why it's a discussion, because we can rant off, we can do whatever here.
Yeah, we can rant off all night long.
All night long. But yeah, this is why it's a discussion, and we don't want to do reviews. One, we're not very smart, and two, we're gonna trail off. And I just want I just want to be natural, like, and we would love for one day to discuss it with you. And if we get just a few more subscribers,
yeah,
just a few more. I'll never ask. I'm just saying, just a few more. We can live stream with you guys, and that would be fun. Because then I could really talk to you peeps, because I want to know what you guys think. I always ask you, and only like 4 of you ever wrote in the comments. But we'll get there. Anyway, let's get back on track, man.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
I only have one left.
Okay.
And I put, they had so many chances to escape.
Oh, yeah.
And they just fuck up every single chance. And it led to fucking
one of the saddest endings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're not wrong, dude. They fucking just floor it.
Just like, get the fuck
just floor it.
out
Like,
of here.
you're in you're in Florida. You can't go much more this way. You're gonna have to make a left somewhere and just start heading up. You know what I mean?
I'll just go back. I'll be like, fuck it, we're not going nowhere. Fuck freaking spring break.
We're going to Delaware right now. Like fuck everything. We're changing directions here. But yeah, you're right. They do have a lot of, like, just get gas, talk to the cops, get the fuck out of there. All that shit happens or whatever. Mm-hmm. One thing is, Trish does hold Derry up.
Yeah.
Though, because she's like, "Come on," and he's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
They both did to each other. They both fucking. They both did it.
You're right. You're right.
Derry did it at first by going back to the fucking church, and then now after.
You're true. I mean, you're true.
You're true.
You're right. That's true. Yeah. So that adds more to that, brother and sister. Look at.
Wow.
It's pretty good writing. Brothers and sisters do that. Me and my sister do that. And I know you and your sister do that. Every other day, I walk into just, you know what? Fuck you. Between you guys.
I know, it's a everyday battle. I feel like anyone with a sibling could agree.
Yeah.
It's just always this constant battle. Fuck you, bitch.
At the end of the day, we love each other, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is
You're right though. They do have ample time to get away at a lot of this movie. Like a lot of the times in this movie, they have a lot of time to just get away. But they do, at one point, realize like, how in the fuck did he get here so quick? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because but then they saw he had.
But that's another thing I love about this movie though, is how it does that to you, because you don't know that motherfucker could fly yet. Remember that?
I thought he ran him over. Oh no, that was after.
No. I'm talking about, we're backtracking a little bit.
Oh, okay.
When they're at the gas station the first time with the cop.
Yeah.
With the town folk and shit.
Yeah.
Like that. And then she's like, "That's your car out there, right?" And then they go out there and she's smelling your fucking.
You got your drawers.
It looked like he was liking it too. He's just.
He's like, now he knows my name. Writes his name on his underwear.
His little pink chonies with a little brown stripe. Look like Neapolitan ice cream. They didn't know that he could fly at that time.
Oh, yes.
Like, and that was a cool scene, because that's what I like about this movie. They like to spoon feed you just enough to keep you going to the next, and like you're in because you're like, what the fuck is this thing? Mm-hmm. You know? And you don't even realize it probably the first time you watch it, but when they go out there and after that bitch says that you know he's out there sniffing your drawers and it looked like he was liking it, they go out there and they notice his laundry's everywhere, and he's like, and now he knows my name, you know? And then you hear one faint little of like a wing, and then you see Trish just look up. But at the same time, they're talking about like, how in the fuck did he get here so quick, you know? But you hear that one little, and that kind of, sorry, I didn't mean to burp into, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool how they don't tell you too much. They let you discover it along the way with them. I like that.
Yeah.
Because when you first watched this, I'm trying to remember, because I was young, dude, and I remember really liking it, and I remember like being like, oh, what is it? At that time I was a dumb kid. I was probably like 11 or 12, 13 maybe. I don't know, but I remember just really just didn't give a shit about like who the guy was. You know, I just want to see some gross stuff, right?
Yeah.
You just want to get scared, and I was scared. And I thought it would have been scary if it was just a guy in a fucking hat that was just dumping people down a pipe. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that alone.
I'm like, oh God, you know? But to come find out like a wing pops up and all this it's crazy. You know? It goes, I love it. And then at the end,
oh my
he
God,
fucking freaks out. And yeah, and I'm happy they went with a high pitched scream for him, because that's way more like unnerving.
What were they gonna do originally?
No, I'm just saying they could have gone with the, you know, like Impending Doom.
Impending Doom.
But instead they went with a high pitch, because I feel
that sounds it kind of gives me like the vibe of like from like Jurassic Park.
Oh, like a T-Rex?
No, not the T-Rex. The fucking
Raptor?
the little raptors with the little wings and shit.
Oh, it's like the Dilophosaurus or
Some shit like that. Yeah.
The one that squirts at you? The one that spits that tar? Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna give me the vibe of like the high pitch with the opening. I don't know why.
Yeah. I do have that when they finally get, to the police station and, the psychic shows up and all that shit. The lights go out. Creeper's there. Eating a motherfucker. Trying to get back what he got from that accident, I'm assuming. Right? Because it's like they show the guy and his legs missing. And,
his arm and shit.
Yeah. But one of the coolest scenes, and I don't even know how they did it because it looks so good, is when he's crawling on the wall. When he's crawling on the wall towards the psychic, he's right here on the left. And it looks like he's just like he's on the floor, but she's still standing there, and it shows it from behind her. Unless that's a fake person, like right there.
Unless they filmed the things at the same time and then they mush it together.
I mean, whatever they did, because this is 2001.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I don't know how the fuck. As I'm saying, and that makes the movie more impressive and more awesome.
It looks great. It looks great. I liked how they showed like him crawling up, because they mentioned it on the walkie-talkie when they're all freaking out about this guy's crawl up the fucking wall, Sarge, or whatever. And then
he's like, "You're not making any goddamn sense."
Yeah, total like
bullshit.
Like generic lingo on the fucking walkie-talkies. You're not making any goddamn sense. You see that in every movie.
I'm like, I'm telling you what the fuck I just saw. Like, why would I lie?
You guys are fucked. I'm not going up there. But yeah, him just crawling on the wall and then coming up behind her and like sniffing all over her and shit like that. Yeah. And he's like, "No, you're not what I want, bitch. Get out of here."
It's just crazy because like he said, like he smells fear and then he eats what he needs from those he smelled the fear from. But wouldn't anyone be fucking terrified when seeing this guy? Or are they not scared enough?
I think if there's because let's say the creeper goes into like a group of like 10 people, like he does in the second one. Like he knows exactly what he needs from that person. You know what I mean?
So like
I think all he's focused on right now is I need some eyes. I need some eyes. And a cock.
And a nose tattoo on my stomach.
Pretty gay. Pretty gay on that one. But yeah, that whole just walking on the wall thing is
it's super
pretty
crazy.
Badass. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for watching this movie like a bunch of times, like I watch it, I still like pay attention and see everything about it, but I also just like look for little things like that, like the truck coming bigger or something and him walking. Like I look for that instead of looking at like the person in front of me. Like
the setting in general.
Yeah, like you look around. I don't know. You just kind of observe more and try to catch them before it happens. Because you watch it so many times. I mean, you already know what's gonna happen. I'm sure we all do.
Yeah.
But it's fun to like look for something, which is why I kind of agree with you. What you said earlier about like the old lady going inside the house and then it's like quiet, and the gunshots. Like I remember her dying and then her shooting, and I was like waiting for. I was like, okay, any second. Like, is it that long?
Oh, they time it perfect.
You know what I'm saying? The timing is perfect where like it's like a little bit too long, but not too short. It's like it's like the point where you're like, is it coming? And when you least expect it, like, oh fuck, I jumped. I'm not gonna lie, I did jump a little bit. I gotta.
They say that about comedy.
Yeah.
Like what comedy's all about?
Timing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn it, motherfucker. But yeah, that's what it is. I feel like horror is the same thing.
Timing.
There's timing involved. You know what I mean? When people draw things out too fucking long, A24, neon, you fucks, shut up. Except for The Heretic, that was like perfect. Thank you for making a fucking decent movie. Gosh,
wasn't like Barbarian?
I don't know. I don't think it was.
Oh no, it wasn't.
No, but you know what I mean. Just things taking too long, and like the scare wears off, or it's too quick, and like the PG-13 movies, For the most part, there's some good ones for sure. I'm an Insidious fanatic. Okay, so yeah, there's some good ones for sure. But goddamn, for the most part, like tarot and gay shit like that, like those kind of movies suck because they're just trying to get the perfect example. Thank you very much. The cheapest scares, and it's getting a part 2, and she's gonna be a hero now. Wow, where have we seen that before? Terminator 2. Thank you. Let's keep going here. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. The classic approach to this I like. It's just an old school monster movie, very small cast, a badass creature. Let's go. You know what I mean? And I still love it to this day. I will always champion this movie. This movie is one of my favorites. Like probably one of my top 5 of all time. Like horror movies.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like it's not getting the like praise it deserves. Like this is like super underrated.
It's got stigma around it, man.
Well, I mean,
we're not gonna go into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. But still,
you know.
If you know, you know.
You know.
But still, it's like again, like in that sense, like, can you just separate the art from the artist? I mean, I can. And I'm sure some people can, but I guess majority.
Because at that time I didn't know that shit, so it's kind of hard for me to like go back in time and be like, no, I hate that movie. You know what I mean? If it would have happened at the same time I watched this movie, I'd probably been like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna watch that shit. But at the time we didn't know that, so like going on to nowadays, you know what I mean? Or when I watched it or whatever, even when I watched this movie, that shit that he did happened way back here. So like, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about his dick. But all I'm saying is, yeah. One of the things I love about it too, this is why, another thing that needs to happen more is the reason why this is so classic. A lot of his classic movies had not so much happy endings.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And this does not. When you see Derry getting taken away by the creeper, okay, that is a horrifying shot. Like, I think it's more horrifying than him with his head carved out at the end.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
Like, I think it's more terrifying. Like, just watching your sister or your brother just get taken away, and there's jack shit you can do about it, and you just hear him screaming and getting taken away by this thing and flying away. That was that's a choice. That's a choice to put that in the movie, to make that shot happen. She could just look up and then
Trish is like running out and it's like, Derry, and like screaming, like,
dude,
God damn. It's like you feel that shit.
It's a gut punch. And then you get the final act to where the final scene to where there's some shitty warehouse and the creeper has a little hideout there too. And yeah, all you hear is Derry screaming, and then you hear Jeepers Creepers playing in the background, and you see the creeper not giving a fuck, just sitting on a stool, like sewing some shit or whatever, and then goes up right behind Derry's hollowed out head and pops his eye right in there. And it's Derry's eye.
I was gonna say, I told you when we were watching this, I was like, but like I saw this when I was like young too, as a kid, and that whole scene of like him screaming and shit, and then the camera just going around looking at everything and hearing the screams, and as it gets closer, hear the song, and then just seeing him standing there with his carved out head. Seeing that as a kid fucked me up so bad.
Oh yeah,
it's super traumatizing.
It fucked up my mom, dude. To this day, she has said this for so long, ever since I saw it in 2001. I'm not even doing the math on how old I was, but I was young, and for her to still to this day be like, poor Derry, like it still affects her. Like even we offered to come watch it with us, you know what I mean? And no, she wouldn't want to do it. So yeah, yeah, it fucks with you. But to me, it left a very. At that point, I was watching Scream, I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street, I was watching everything, and this one, it stuck with me more than any of those, because I feel like I've seen slashers and fucking all this kind of crazy shit, but I never watched a movie that like, oh, you know what I mean? Like fucking stuck with me like that.
Like the bad guy wins.
He wins, and what a perfect way to end the movie. The eye, like, where'd you get this? Dude, beautiful, like beautiful.
And then like his brown eye.
Yeah, he needed Justin Long's brown eye, dude. Stupid dude.
I didn't realize. I just realized what I said as it was coming on my mouth. Like, oh shit, I sounded.
Yeah, he needs his brown eye.
He needs his brown eye.
All right. Well, do you have anything else?
No. Overall, I think this movie is. Watching it again, I really like this movie a lot. It's, again, like I said, super badass, super underrated. Wish it had more praise, but like you said, that shit. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I love this movie a lot. It's we did a pre-ranking, and yeah, watching this.
We did a pre-ranking. I know. If you guys have seen our shit before, you guys know we do a pre-ranking before, and the reason why we do that is because sometimes in your head you think you like one more than the other, but you haven't seen these movies in a while. So you give them another shot, and then you see if your ranking still adds up to that memory ranking you had before. So right now, I think mine's still standing pretty strong, but yeah, this movie's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And I feel like we should just, I'm not saying forget about what happened, but just appreciate the movie on its own. Just give it a shot, because this movie kicks ass, man. Kicks ass.
Oh, I just remember what I told you earlier, to where like how so there's 1, 2, and then 3 came out, what, like 2017 or some shit? Now when did the third one
maybe
come
a
out?
little later.
Like 2018?
I mean, we could just look it up. I think.
Well, I mean, anyway, besides, it's like late. It's like fucking way later than the second
third one?
The third one, yeah. And then they made the fourth one, and then obviously we know that the third and the fourth one are not really the favorites. But I was just saying how if they had not done the fourth movie, and they would have waited until this year in 2024, it would have been 23 years since 2001 of the first movie, and they could have done an actual reboot, and then call it Jeepers Creepers Reborn on the 23 years later.
Yeah,
they really fucked themselves, dude. I came up with that. This guy right here. What the fuck are they doing over there?
It could have happened.
That would have been way better.
The only thing is, ever since this movie got a stigma,
yes,
that's why
it kind of went down the shit.
That's why we got Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which we still haven't seen, so we will give it an honest shot. But I remember the best things, and it sounds pretty cheap. So if the rights were that easy to get, I mean, nobody wants this thing. Nobody wants to put their hands on it because of what has happened.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. We're doing Jeepers Creepers. We're watching them all. So.
Whoa.
I mean, whatever. We want to do this, okay? Just watch the movies, people. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
But I have nothing else to add here. Do you, James?
No, not anymore.
Well, thank you guys for watching. As always, we appreciate every single one of you. We really do. And we want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this movie? Is this up on your list? Is it at the bottom of your list? Do you not care because of all that shit? Let us know in the comments below. And we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers 2. But for right now, this is Rock Hard out.
Beans, rice, and Jesus Christ. Bitches.
Doodles.